Erik Ten Hag earmarks 29-year-old Premier League star as primary summer target. According to the Manchester Evening News, Manchester United boss Erik Ten Hag has made Tottenham Hotspur striker Harry Kane the primary striker of the summer. Kane is nearing the final year of his North London contract and his future is uncertain in the midst of another crushing season for the club. Their future seems skewed as manager Antonio Conte decides to leave sooner or later. Kane wanted to leave the Spurs in 2021 while Manchester City took care of him. However, he had 3 years left on his contract at the time, and the London side held him, but this summer it will be more difficult to do so. The report reveals that United are the only realistic club that can sign the 29-year-old, as they would most probably be playing Champions League next season and have a vacancy in the striker department. Signing Kane would elevate the team to the next level. Not only is the England superstar a great striker, but also a leader and a certified headache for defenses all over Europe. With Rashford and Bruno Fernandes around and a dynamic midfield led by Casemiro behind, Kane would have the resources to create chances for him, and we know that he will put them away more often than not. Manchester United linked with midfielder Carlos Baleba. Manchester United are among the clubs interested in Lille midfielder Carlos Baleba. That's according to 90 Minutes, who claimed that United sent scouts to watch the 19-year-old this season. According to the report, while domestic rivals Arsenal, Liverpool, Leicester, West Ham and Newcastle are in the middle of nowhere, there is also competition from abroad. Milan tried to buy the teenager in January. Juventus, Nice and Monaco were keen on a potential summer raid. The report says that Lille view Baleba in the same way they viewed Amadou Onana before they sold him to Everton last summer. That means he would cost upwards of £30 million for any club who wants to buy him this summer on the back of his breakout year. That's a lot of money for someone who has played 18 games this season, and United will likely be looking at a more experienced option in the summer. That said, Lille teammate Remy Cabella has called Baleba an incredible player with outstanding strength and power in midfield. Ultimately, this one seems like a watching brief for now, but it will be interesting to see where he ends up with so many clubs supposedly interested. Manchester United edging closer to signing Inter Milan defender. Manchester United may be approaching the signing of Inter Milan star and Dutch international Denzel Dumfries, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. The Red Devils want to enlist the services of the 26-year-old player. For some time, the fullback was linked to a move to the Old Trafford side. In the upcoming transfer window, the Nerazzurri are willing to cash in on the Dutch national. To that end, the Manchester-based club seem to be taking strides. Dumfries may be subject to a swap agreement. Serie A giants are interested in getting Diogo Dalot back to Italy, while United are trying to get the 26-year-old's autograph. In the current campaign, Dumfries has once again been pivotal to Inter's starting lineup. The 26-year-old has made 31 appearances in all competitions for the Nerazzurri, scoring 2 goals and providing 5 assists. Erik Ten Hag confirms Anthony Martial could return versus Southampton, provides positive update on Christian Eriksen. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has confirmed that Anthony Martial may return in a Premier League match against Southampton at Old Trafford on Sunday. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has confirmed that Anthony Martial may return in a Premier League match against Southampton at Old Trafford on Sunday. The Frenchman has suffered 5 separate injuries in the current season and has not played for the past 5 weeks after exacerbating his hip problem at Nottingham Forest. Martial returned to full training ahead of the Real Betis game, and Ten Hag confirmed that the 27-year-old is ready to form his matchday squad against the Saints. However, Ten Hag added that he will be cautious of the all-round forward. Ten Hag said, "Martial is in good shape now, I think he will be on the court." Martial has registered an impressive tally of 6 goals and 2 assists from 14 games this term, but he has failed to stay unscathed over a prolonged period of time. The Frenchman has already missed 28 games for the club with injuries, and he is now facing a crucial period in his United career before the end of the season. Harry Maguire and Lionel Messi could soon be teammates. Paris Saint-Germain is thought to have prepared a shocking move for Manchester United defender Harry Maguire. According to The Sun, Maguire appears to have slipped down the pecking order this season under Erik Ten Hag, starting just 5 Premier League games so far. The Sun shared a story in the last 48 hours, claiming that Maguire is at shock £50 million summer target for PSG. A move in January was on the table, but it could not be done in time. However, the French giants still seem keen. The report adds that PSG should equate to Maguire's £200,000 weekly salary, something that shouldn't be seen as a problem. The Red Devils paid Leicester City £80 million for Maguire in 2019, so the £50 million figure discussed in the report may be of interest to United officials. The defender has a transfer-marked value of €30 million, so when you consider that Ten Hag is not in their first-choice plan, it can be seen as a good job to recoup almost double that amount from PSG. Southampton starlet attracting interest from United, Arsenal and Chelsea. Manchester United are one of several Premier League clubs believed to be interested in Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia, according to a recent report. Football Insider claims that the former Man City teenager is of interest to Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United. The 19-year-old will want to stay in the Premier League if the Saints go down, but he is unlikely to be a priority for any of the clubs mentioned. A deal is more likely if one of the clubs fail to land their top targets. Marcus Rashford responds to Manchester United fan calling him the best player in the world. Marcus Rashford responded after a Manchester United fan named him the best player in the world on Instagram. Rashford won the Premier League and United Player of the Month for the second month in a row. Rashford has won the Players' Prize 3 times already this season, in September, January and February, equaling the all-time record. One more monthly win and he will go beyond Mo Salah, which is a reflection on just how good he has been this season. While Rashford took to Instagram to celebrate, teammates including David De Gea, Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire and Diogo Dalot posted congratulatory messages. And one fan named Rashford the best player in the world, but our number 10 responded in a way that showed he knew he had more work ahead of him. Rashford has had a case to be the most on-form player in the world since the World Cup, where he scored 3 goals for England. Ten Hag enjoyed the last performances of Facundo Pellistri. And in terms of actually giving Ten Hag food for thought going forward, an electric late cameo by Facundo Pellistri. His circumnavigation of 2 Betis defenders led to Weghorst's goal, and the young Uruguayan might have made it 5 when played clear in stoppage time. It was a beautiful reminder of the quality of the 21-year-old who was in danger of becoming a forgotten figure at Old Trafford. Pellistri signed for United from Penarol for £9 million in October 2020 after being highly recommended to Solskjaer by Uruguayan forward Diego Forlan, who has become an Old Trafford cult hero. His arrival, at the same time as Amad Diallo, seemed to mark a shift in United's transfer business towards procuring youngsters with talent rather than blowing eye-watering sums on established but ill-fitting players. However, Pellistri did not make his competitive debut for United for another 2.5 years, spending a season and a half on loan with Alaves in Spain. Ten Hag decided to use him in the league after Pellistri's good performance against Real Betis. So what's your opinion on this? Do you want Pellistri to be played all the time?